Okay, we're here.
Hey!
Oops, I did this like, subscribe, and ding a little too early.
You think?
Oops.
A little bit.
Welcome back after to Not Enough Thumbs live edition. We have had quite the weekend.
Yes. So that's why we weren't on yesterday. Our son graduated.
First one to graduate.
So we had get together with family and friends and everything yesterday. So, yeah, we didn't get to the live.
Yeah, we had a graduation party yesterday, and then we kind of went to Six Flags.
Yes, we did.
We packed in a lot in about 3.5 hours.
We did.
Somehow.
Six Flags for the third time in a week. I might add.
That would be a first. Not normal for us. So already have paid off, made it worth it for our passes. Thankfully, we were not one of the parks to get cut from the Six Flags franchise.
Only one,
Yeah.
but they're getting cut at the end of this year, so nothing closed
Okay.
this year. But anyway, so it was our last week of wedding themed movies, and then this month is June, and the theme is war.
Yeah. Maybe you'll have the impression like I did. The wedding month was not as bad as I thought. There's some good ones in there.
I don't mind a good war movie from time to time. It's not, especially if it includes a little romance
Like Pearl
on
Harbor.
the side. Yeah, we already
Yeah.
did Pearl Harbor though.
We did.
Which theme did we do that for?
I think it was the hit blockbuster
yeah.
song theme movies that
Okay.
where they thing.
Anyway, we're digressing. So, wedding movies, the last 4 that we're going to review for you
For weddings.
for weddings.
When they
The
get
first
married.
one
Da,
is
da, da, da.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
From 2016.
So, a couple weeks ago, we reviewed the first one. This
And-
time, it's the second one.
And there's quite several years, maybe over 10 years. 15 years?
Because
Wow.
their daughter is
Yeah,
well,
that's right.
more than that, because wasn't it her senior prom or something?
Yes,
I think it was her last
senior
one.
prom. Yeah.
So she'd be 17, so it had to have been 17, 18 years later.
That is, yeah. So big gap between since the last movie was released, and that was a big hit. And based on what people are saying on the internet, it was a surprise big hit. Like, yeah, I guess it wasn't a movie that was really hyped up, and everybody found it really funny.
Yeah.
And so here they are with the second one.
So obviously with the first one, it was the two that got married.
Ian
and
Tula.
Tula. This time, it was Tula's parents that got married.
Yeah, because apparently
They had never gotten married.
Never got married. I forget what the loophole was with that technicality, but
Yeah, they
I
never
can't remember
never
more.
did. He never really asked her, and so they never.
Oh yeah.
They just moved to America, but they never really had a ceremony or went through with any sort of formal wedding. And it came about when they were trying to sign some papers for something.
Yep.
And they said, you're not actually married, so you can't sign this paper or whatever.
And then when their granddaughter found out, she says, "Explain."
Right.
What happened?
What's going on? And then, of course, Tula and Ian's daughter had a little romance going on. She ended up standing up for this guy that was getting embarrassed by others, and ended up asking him to prom. He says yes and goes to prom with her, and she finds out he's Greek.
He starts talking about, there's no one crazier than my big Greek family.
She says, wait, you're Greek?
Which was
She was actually excited about it. She could have been weirded out by that, but she was excited about that because he would actually understand her crazy
understands
family.
her, yeah. Because she was usually embarrassed by her
family.
her family. Yeah, because they were not the typical family.
No, not the American typical family anyway. Yeah. So good movie. I think it's just as much fun to watch as the first one.
Yeah, they managed to write a good story with this one
Mm-hmm.
with still, I think, just as good of comedy as the last one was. Family friendly movie, I think.
Yeah, and I think I relate to it a little bit because they're talking about the daughter going away to college and getting accepted, and we were kind of dealing with that same thing.
Yeah, because they were dealing with her going out of state, and they really, really wanted her to stay in town. And Chicago, New York, that's pretty far.
Well, not for them. I think they weren't they, Chicago?
They were Chicago, and she was going to go to school in New York.
I thought she decided on Chicago.
That's where they live.
I know, but she decided to go to Chicago, I thought.
In the end?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, details. Watch it and see.
Yep.
But it's a good one. So what would you rate it?
I would give it an 8.
Okay, I agree. I would give it an 8 out of 10 also.
It's funny, but after having watched the first one being a fresh story, I think I rated that one higher.
Yes. All right, so that was my Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. The second one, I know we've reviewed before, but for a different topic.
Yeah.
This is Father of the Bride, 1991.
So we are going back again where the good movies were made.
So this is a Steve Martin movie.
Funny guy.
Yes. And in this one, his daughter goes away to college and gets engaged.
While she's abroad, yeah.
Comes back and tells her family she's getting married.
Talk about a surprise.
But they had no idea. How do you not tell your family, oh, hey, I met this guy.
Yeah.
We're kind of dating. Like, why would she not have told her family? Like, they had no idea that
Right.
there was a guy, let alone that she was engaged.
Yeah. I guess it sounds like she just did not communicate with her family during her time overseas.
That just seems weird because she seemed like, in the movie, she seemed like the kind that would openly communicate with them.
Yes, yeah.
So, I don't know. That part of it, to me, is a little weird. It doesn't make sense completely how that would have happened, but...
And so, as you would expect, the father, Steve Martin's character, was...
freaked out.
to say the least. And the mother was excited. And there was this friction throughout the whole movie as they are planning the wedding with Steve Martin and versus everybody else, pretty much, that is all in on this wedding, helping them put together.
Yeah. So they decide that they want the wedding at their house. Well, the daughter, wants the wedding at their house. So they hire a wedding planner.
Who's got this unrecognizable accent.
His name is Franck.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds like a French name, but his accent is, I don't know what country
We couldn't
that's
tell.
from.
Yeah. It just sounds really slurred.
Yeah, I was about to say, he slurred all those words together, and you don't know what dialect that was.
And when we were watching the captions, it said indistinguishable.
Yeah.
For some of the things that he said, it couldn't even translate.
Good job, captioner.
So, it's really funny. Of course, there's a ton of mishaps because there has to be with any Steve Martin movie. So he gets himself stuck into some interesting predicaments, especially with the in-laws' house. He ends up stealing the wallet
He was
book
being nosy.
bank or something.
It
Yeah.
was a wallet, yeah.
And then
And he held on to it.
Yeah.
While the
and
dogs were coming after him.
drops it in the pool, tries to fish it out, and falls in the pool.
And so his daughter finds this out later, and apparently she was told this, but she didn't believe it because of how it all unfolded. It
Well,
sounded
and
so
that
crazy.
was after he had said, yeah, everything went great at the in-laws'
Yeah.
house. Which he lied. He didn't
Yeah.
tell her that he snooped around and fell in the pool. So he did kind of lie, and then she found out and got a little upset with him. But then they, of course, repaired their issues. And
I feel like the pool incident with Steve Martin's character was along the same lines of the mishaps that Ben Stiller got himself in with Meet the Parents.
ugh,
It's like, wow, just every bad thing that could happen to him in that movie.
I think
happened to him.
Ben Stiller still tops it with
Oh my goodness, it
stupidity.
did.
Stupidity. Like,
did.
come on.
Yeah.
You don't milk a cat. Why would you say that? You don't milk a cat.
It's so great when they made him pray to Jesus.
And he's Jewish. It was hilarious.
After day after day.
Day by day.
Day by day.
By day by day. By day by day. So funny.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that one, that's a good one. Ooh, I'm kicking our light. My bad. But anyway, Father of the Bride. What would you rate it?
I will also give it an 8.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a great 90s movie. You know us. We love the 80s and 90s movies. They're just up there for us.
I think they enjoyed making movies back then.
They did. And you can tell. And the actors and actresses enjoy doing their job, where today it's rough sometimes.
And I think for a dad, it's probably, the father-son relationship is just different than father-daughter relationship. So it was a big deal for him to see his daughter get married. And for one, by surprise.
Right. And it almost didn't happen. They had a little tiff.
Yeah.
That with, each other, but worked it out. They worked it out. So.
Funny film.
All right. So that was 8 out of 10. Also, Father of the Bride, 1991. The third one was Our Dream Wedding from 2021.
I don't remember seeing this one, watching this one with you.
You watched part of it.
Okay.
So this one was about these two people, a girl and a guy, and they were both going through medical school. So they were residents together, I believe is what it was. And he decided to propose to her. She freaked out. She didn't know how to handle it. She tried to put her career before feelings and said no. So he says, well, okay then, if you're telling me no, I got this job offer somewhere else, so I'm leaving.
Was it a public proposal or in private?
No, in private.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Just the two of them. He took her out, and there's just the two of them.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so he says, fine, then I'm leaving. I'm going and taking this job offer that I was not going to take, but now I have no reason not to take it. And she kind of stayed silent, so he took that as well, all right, and just planned on leaving. Well, in the meantime, she was talking with her grandmother, upset about the whole ordeal, and the grandmother says, I have this magic veil. So put on this magic veil, and it'll transport you to what could be. So you'll kind of experience what your life could be with him.
So there is a Christmas Carol vibe to it a little bit.
Kind of, but it wasn't like the ghosts of past and present and future. It was just, you get a glimpse of what could be if you were to make a different decision. Yeah. So she's thinking, yeah, right, whatever. She puts the veil on, and sure enough, that's exactly what it did. She wakes up with the guy being her husband and 2 kids, a girl and a boy. And so she had fallen and hit her head in that dimension. And so when she woke up, that's what she saw. And so that was kind of fitting for her freaking out. What is going on? Where am I?
Okay.
What's
she
happening?
Hit her head. Yeah.
Because she hit her head. So, so anyway, she got to kind of experience then the life she would have if she was married to him. And she realized that he was a great guy, that he was just a perfect father, great husband, put his family before work. She had her own private practice, so she was able to have both lives basically in one. Because she was in the present time, she was prioritizing what she thought had to be her future, and she didn't think that would include a family.
And so did she only live the one life?
I mean, everybody only lives the one life.
I mean, there wasn't a multiple scenario thing. She was just plopped into the new one. And
she just got a glimpse, just a vision.
Oh, okay.
And then when she had seen enough to make a good decision, her grandmother told her, now you're going to go back to where you left off.
Oh, okay.
And so she was then transported back to
Was she in the middle of the wedding at the time? At
They-
the ceremony at the time?
They were already married and had 2 kids where she was transported.
No, when she came back to her senses.
Well, no. Then she had to go find him, get him back because he was leaving.
Oh, okay.
So she went to the airport. She tried to go to the airport. Things happened. She didn't make it there. So she went to their favorite spot, and he was there. He had missed his flight. And so she was able to tell him that she was choosing him, that she wanted to choose a life with him. that She could see them together. She could see 2 kids in their future. She could see, and he's like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, she was giving all these details, and he's starting to freak out a little bit.
She even named the
right,
kids.
the names, yeah.
But anyway, so they did make up then, and they did actually get married, and the rest is history. So, cute movie. I thought it was good. It kept my attention. Acting was decent. I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Touches on that concept of knowing a little bit of your future, which, no thanks.
I mean, I don't know. Might be nice to know a little bit here and there. Yeah, I thought it was good. It was entertaining.
Alrighty.
So that was Our Dream Wedding 2021. And then the last one is an all-time favorite of mine, 27 Dresses from 2008. So this one is a Katherine Heigl movie. When she was a child, she was asked to be flower girl at a wedding, and that changed everything for her. She fell in love with the idea of weddings.
With the idea of weddings.
And wanted to be a part of everybody's happily ever after, everybody's happy ending. So she was a bridesmaid 27 times, never a bride.
Wow. She lived up to the saying.
And she kept every single bridesmaid dress. Y'all, we all know how ugly bridesmaid dresses can be.
I thought those were rentals.
Oh.
She kept them all.
No, you buy your dress, you don't rent.
The bridesmaid's dress? Oh, you buy it?
Yeah, you have to pay for it. It's
So-
expensive.
What? So the guys get to rent, but the girls have to buy their dresses? Oh, okay.
Yes, indeed. So she meets a journalist, or the journalist meets her, realizes what's going on, ends up writing a story about her, tells his boss he doesn't want to publish, but it was too good not to. She publishes it. Katherine Heigl's character finds out, gets mad at him, but they really liked each other, and so he had to go back and kind of grovel a little bit and apologize to her and get her to see that he really did care up for her, and she knew she cared for him also. So they did get married in the end, and there was a dispute with her and her sister. She thought she was in love with her boss. The sister comes into town, sweeps the boss off his feet, and the boss proposes to her instead of Katherine Heigl's character. And so there was a dispute between the sisters there. But it all got ironed out. The sister didn't end up marrying him.
Does she end up marrying anybody?
No, at the end,
Oh, okay.
she's getting to know him again.
Oh, okay.
Because they were rushing into it before. So now they're taking time and getting to know each other. So I thought you've seen that movie.
I can't remember. Must have been a really, really long time ago.
Okay, well, it's a good one. It's an 8.5 out of 10 for me.
Oh, wow.
I like
That's a high
it.
rating.
It's a good one.
Okay.
I enjoy watching it. I think it's a lot of fun.
So
I like to watch all the different bridesmaids dresses.
So a good mix of good balance of comedy and romance.
More comedy
More comedy.
than romance, but yeah,
Okay.
it's good. I like
Cool.
it. Yeah, a lot of fun.
I think she fits. Katherine Heigl fits in those movies.
Yeah, I think she's a decent actress.
I like her in The Ugly Truth.
Yeah, she's not, like top for me as far as actresses, but she's up there. I mean, she's good. She's
Yeah.
convincing in her roles, and I think she does a great job bringing the characters to life.
Yeah.
So she's good. She's fun to watch.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's the 4 that we had for you. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, Father of the Bride, Our Dream Wedding, and 27 Dresses. So
What year is 27? 2008? Okay.
2008, yeah. So that was a wrap for our wedding edition month.
Pretty good
Now
month,
we're
I would
moving
say.
on to war. Wedding to war.
And
The
so
W's.
we have picked quite a doozy for the first one.
We did.
Yep.
You'll have to check it out next Saturday. Find out what it is. And all the others we watched this week.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to catch more this week.
Yeah.
So,
Like, subscribe, and
ding!
be sure to jump back on Tuesday and find out what movie we review on Tuesday live. And then are we going to have a Friday fave?
We will see. I'm working on one.
We'll try.
I've started one,
So
so we'll
have a
try.
Friday fave. So stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us this week, guys.